Hello, my name is John Keswick. I'm a 3D artist specializing in effects. I also develop tools and scripts to help other artists work more efficiently. For this video, I want to demonstrate a browser tool I've been working on for a couple of weeks for OpenPYPE inside of Houdini. With Houdini launched, we're going to start by opening the OpenPYPE browser panel inside of Houdini. You can see we get a UI where you can filter between projects, sequences, shots, and what OpenPYPE calls families. These filters populate the table below with published assets from yourself or other artists. It gives you relevant information to that published asset, like the latest version, what type it is, who published it and when, and more. As a helpful visual tip for artists, an icon shows up to indicate whether you are importing assets from a library project. Assets can be loaded individually, and they can be loaded in bulk through multi-selection. When you import assets, a colored status flag is displayed in a teal color to indicate that it is loaded and that is the latest version of that asset. If you import an asset that isn't the most up-to-date version, it turns orange to indicate that. Another useful tip for artists is the data that gets loaded into an OP data tab on the imported assets. All imported assets get stored in the inventory tab of the UI, where you can see a list of all assets that were loaded. You can even select some of the assets and delete them from the scene. If you delete an asset in the scene and you click the Check for Updates button in the bottom left corner, a red status indicator will appear. When you import a camera, the resolution gets automatically applied based on the shot. Using the Load to Camera button on the bottom right-hand side of the UI allows you to import the plate for the shot as the background image. Images or image sequences can be loaded into COPs for some light comp work. These assets and movie files can also be loaded into a separate review application, such as RV, for some quick reviews. This tool was developed for OpenPYPE, but since AYON is the successor to OpenPYPE, I will be modifying the code to be compatible with it in the future. For those who are not aware, OpenPYPE and AYON are open source pipelines developed by Ynput. They're an amazing team over there, and I would highly recommend you check them out. You can find their links here on the screen as well as in the description. It's important to note that there already exists a mature universal tool called Loader and Manage inside of OpenPYPE. My intention wasn't about creating something completely new, but rather it was about doing something that would help me to meet a few goals. One, since I've been laid off for about 6 to 7 months, I needed to assess my current proficiency level with Python. I also needed to do a project that would help me determine where I really needed to improve with Python. And finally, I wanted to learn something just completely new. In this case, it was PyQt or PyQt. Thank you to the director of Shrouded Destiny for allowing me to use your show to demonstrate this tool. And you can find me at all these links here on the screen.